Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Cincinnati Bengals. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
What's that? 50. I don't think you got it, sir.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
You got nothing. Slam, slam, slam. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Recon, 132 fighter.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Darnold now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Airing one out for Boyd. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for the Bengals. 56 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now Joe Mixon, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 10 more there and another 1st down. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't...
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon. His 17th touchdown now on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. Watch the pass. Now go. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. 5.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Ready? 10-2 stop. You don't know no better. Check. Topper. Yo, go. Go.
On second down, Cook. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. From the gun, Herbert. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, here's Mixon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Darnold from the gun. Open man is Ross, complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he slings one that's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Delta.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And he'll find Hall. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
30 base. You draw Porter. You better be a man.
Off the play fake. Herbert. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, It's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Herbert. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Herbert, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Trey Flowers make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman.
And he's going to go down again. Cleveland Farrell has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now this throw caught left side. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
A gain of 16 yards. First down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing on first down. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. After the interception, here's Darnold. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Maurice Hurst in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Hey. 4 down. Oh, lady. There we go.
Now it's Darnold. Got his man. It's Eifert. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back to throw, Darnold. He's got his man, Boyd. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
50. Mike 50. Who that?
Mixon with a first down carry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Badgley's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down, Raider.
Hey, Haywood! Get it!
Off play action. Herbert. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. Herbert, the throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit. And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. Yeah, this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Here we go. 2nd and 6 at the 20-yard line.
Again, it's Mixon.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. It's Mixon on the counter. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Byrne. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Herbert, he's going to fire one deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Sean Williams. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On first down, Mixon. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross with touchdown number 8 on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Back to throw. Herbert. And this one's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give them 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And it's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 4th down, Herbert. He gets it to Brown, complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Herbert. And he whips that one incomplete there. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 14. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw. Herbert. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith. And it's second down. 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Operating from the gun, Herbert. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Back to throw. Herbert, and to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The Bengals drive about to get going, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And Darnold wants to throw the football. Going deep downfield for Ross. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
On first down, Herbert. He's got it. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Chris Godwin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And this is going to be recovered by the Bengals hands team. And they're going to hang on and win this game. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He gets this one to Boyd. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
We're going to sack. Like 50. 3 bucks.
Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw his thing. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now it's Darnold. He's going to let this one go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. One final shot. They'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Bengals, a final win means they will finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-4. And now they'll await the final seeding for the